Hello and welcome to this day's edition of Get Healthy Talladega County. Welcome. We have some great guests coming on today to discuss the focus rally that's coming up on April 28th. And we're happy to have Carol Sprayberry and B.B. Comer students here with us today, as well as Dr. Shannon Murphy and Carol Williams, who will be talking with us about their drug education programs, as well as the focus rally that's coming up on April 28th. Get Healthy Talladega County is an initiative of many partners throughout our county, our hospitals, our schools, our mental health providers, to bring about positive change in the lives of people who live in Talladega County. And we want you to join with us. You'll hear today some opportunities where you can serve and help out. But first, we're going to go to break really quickly, and then we'll come back with our guest. Thanks for watching Get Healthy Talladega County.
Beating the train? It's a deadly game.
Come on, dude. You can beat it.
Always stop at crossings. Never drive around gates or flashing lights.
What's the matter, you chicken?
It's not only illegal, it'll get you killed.
Bark, bark, bark.
Remember, the train always wins. So let it. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Let's talk about Toyota of Sylacauga and what our customers are saying about us.
This dealership is like a hometown feel. I'm an owner of a Prius and I love them. Everybody is so friendly and nice. People greet you. The showroom is wonderful. Well, my overall experience here was A+. I would definitely tell people about it and I would definitely come back.
Toyota of Sylacauga. Check us out online 24/7 at toyotaofsylacauga.com and get ready to smile.
Camping World would like to introduce you to a whole new world. Say hello to a fresh day. Step out to adventure. Explore and discover an amazing world. Be in arm's reach of wonderful. Camping World, the #1 RV and camping expert, wants you to say hello to a whole new world.
Say hello to great deals during the RV sales event. Visit your local Camping World today.
In Central Alabama, 9,100 kids face going to bed hungry tonight. Hunger doesn't take a day off. There are kids right here, right now, that don't know where they'll get their next meal. Join Alabama Childhood Food Solutions and help put an end to childhood hunger in Central Alabama. Make a difference. Donate today, by mail or online, to help ACFS feed hungry kids. There's no better time to share than now. Their next meal could come from you.
This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from B.B. Comer Elementary School is brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home. Congratulations, Hayden Danford from B.B. Comer Elementary School. This month's Star Student of the Month has been brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home and TV 47.
Hello and welcome back to the Get Healthy Talladega County show. I'm Lori Corley, the Network Director for Get Healthy Talladega County, and thanks for joining us today. Today we have great guests who are joining us. Carol Sprayberry, who is helping and lead the Focus Rally on April 28th coming up, and then we have two B.B. Comer students as well who are here with us. Kelsey Sims and Xavius Kidd. So thank you all for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, and thank you, Carol, for setting all this up for us and being part of our network. Tell us a little bit about Focus and what that means, and then tell us how you got involved in that.
I'll be glad to, Lori. Focus is an organization that promotes school and community partnerships for the prevention of HIV/AIDS and all other adolescent risk behaviors. It's based on a student-led approach. That's why we have these students here. And they seek to promote youth involvement with planning activities at their respective schools. It can be implemented as a class or as an extracurricular activity. If it is a class, some of the objects that are covered in the class are focus group training, peer helping, peer mediation, peer tutoring, violence prevention, and positive decision making. Other features that the class or the extracurricular can handle are monthly health observances, a yearly school health fair, and service learning. And there are teachers involved or guidance counselors involved, and we have a facilitator training every year to get them prepared to lead these youth in these prevention activities. We have had Focus in all 67 counties in the past, and that is our goal every year, to get it involved. It was my personal goal after I retired from Sylacauga High School to get Focus in all of the Talladega County high schools and middle schools. We have successfully gotten all of our high schools involved and all but 2 of our middle schools. So that to me was a personal achievement that I was able to acquire, and we're excited about that. Focus is supported by not only the State Department of Education, but also the State Department of Health, the Governor's Commission on AIDS, community-based organizations, and local education associations. We could not do it without our local school systems being supportive. We offer 2 events that are tailored to youth every year that are recurring events. One is in the fall, it's our Alabama Youth Council, and then the one that we will be concentrating on today is our Rally for Awareness. It's actually right up the street at Chaco Springs, so it's very convenient for Talladega County schools to be a part of. And these students today are going to be sharing some a breakout session and some things they're going to be doing at the rally, and so we're excited about that. Our keynote speaker for the rally is Ms. Liz Huntley. She is actually an attorney from Clanton, grew up in Clanton, but she's a committed child advocate and very involved in dealing with child abuse situations. She has written a book, and she's on the speaking circuit, so we're excited about her. But we also have our middle school students are going to go into a separate breakout session with Dr. Shannon Murphy, and she'll be on our show later this morning. How I got involved, in 2004, November 2004, we had an assembly at Sylacauga High School, and the speaker was Mr. Tom Robertson, who is Alabama Department of Public Health Area 5 HIV prevention specialist. And after I heard him speak, I went up to him and I said, "Oh my goodness, we need to hear you every year." He said, "Well, you have to be a focus school for me to come back." So I said, "What is that?" He told me, and he connected me up with Mrs. Sue Jones, who is the director of Focus. She was actually a health science or a health teacher at Jacksonville High School. And she and Tom co-founded the Focus program because she realized she was teaching health. It was going in one ear and out the other. The kids were not getting it. But she realized that students listen to students more than they listen to even parents and teachers. So she developed the Focus program to empower and impact students to learn about prevention and education of all adolescent youth risk behaviors, and then they can go and educate their peers and teach them how to make wise decisions based on what they've learned. So that's how we got started, and that's what Focus is all about.
Now, is Focus, is that an acronym, or is it just that you want the focus being on those prevention behaviors?
Yes, it is not an acronym. It doesn't stand for anything. It's just focusing on those risk behaviors that can make a difference in someone's life. I mean, we're talking the whole gamut, not just the HIV and the STDs, but we're talking bullying, depression, suicide, teen pregnancy, anything and everything that our youth of today are bombarded with that they have to make a decision on. Am I going to be involved with this? Am I going to say no? Am I going to be an advocate for or speak out for someone else? We empower them with that knowledge.
Great. So the students that are with us today, Brooke and Kelsey and Xavius, tell us how you got involved with Focus and what you're doing to help Miss Sprayberry and everyone in your school, and what you're going to be doing at the rally.
Well,
Xavius, why don't you tell us?
Well, being part of the student leadership team, we were asked to go and visit with Sylacauga High School as they hosted a Focus thing at their school, and they had a speaker, and he was an awesome speaker. And so our guidance counselor, Miss April Shaw, she came up to me and said, would you like to be the president of Focus Club for the next 2 years? And I was like, sure, because it standed out for something that I'm just like, yes, we need more young people to know about these things and know what it can do to your body. And so coming up, doing the Focus Club, we have juniors, seniors, and a sophomore with us, and we're planning a health fair, and we're doing things here in our community, and we're getting the word out, and I'm excited with the Focus Club. So I'll let Kelsey share something.
They called a meeting during school during 8th period and started telling everybody about Focus Club, and I just thought that would be a great. It would be great to be a part of that club, because it is letting everybody know about different things such as bullying and what goes on in school. And people really don't listen to teachers. Yes, we have a health class, but I think it will help if our students, such as me and Xavius, will go out and start telling others about it. And the Breakout Rally is going to help us do that.
Wonderful. Carol, what else can you say about
they actually got started at Comer through Chehaw Mental Health.
Okay.
Working with Richard Bonds, and through his efforts helping them, they have created 2 videos that I'll let them tell you more about them, but they have been aired at Talladega's movie theater, the Rave at Lee Branch as commercials before shows began, and they did a phenomenal job creating those videos. So if y'all want to share just a little bit about what those were about?
Sure. We're both part of the Comer Pride 8, which is the coalition team, part of the student leadership team. And what we do, we write scripts for the radio commercial, TV commercials, and what we did this year was like a party scene, bonfire with this student who was a good student, made good grades, and he was entering to peer pressure to come to a party. His friends told him not to go and not to drink, but they influenced him with peer pressure, saying, you know, if you're bad and you know you can do this, and it was just that peer pressure on him. And he went to the party, he drunk, and he went up to the top of the building, and the whole accident happened. And so it's really heart-touching when you see your fellow classmate having to go through something like that, and the whole experience was so real, and you can feel it, and it's just like a shivering over the body. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, man, I can't do it, and I'm just like, I pray and hope others will hear the message. And so.
Mm-hmm. And the first video we did, it was like an after prom scene, and everybody was partying and drinking. And the year before that, one of the people at that party, one of the people came up and was like, what about the 2 people that was in the wreck last year? Because 4 people was in the wreck. And in the video, you can see 2 of them being put in body bags, and it was our classmates. And that was really heart-touching to our students, because they realized that it can happen to us. It is part of our school, and if we do drink, then anything could happen. And they was drinking and driving, and they had a wreck, and it killed 2 people. And at that party, they were like, well, we have to remember them, we have to honor them, so we don't need to be drinking. And then everybody stopped drinking and had a good time without drinking. And like the radio commercial was, everybody's not doing it. Me and Xavius and 6 other students in the Coalition 8, we actually wrote the script for that. And it was after a football game, we had just won, and somebody was planning a party, and somebody had walked up to us and asked us if we wanted to go to it. And it was like cheerleaders, football players, band members, and color guard members. And we was all like, we can't do that. People look up to us. We are like leaders of the school. We can't go out to parties and get drunk. And we talked that person out of going to the party because we were the, I guess you would say, popular kids, and we were saying no, that we weren't going to drink, and it shows that everybody in the school isn't doing it. Like, not even the most popular people are doing it in the school.
Mm-hmm. And that's another form of peer pressure that's positive, I guess you would say, Carol, and that the leadership qualities that you all are demonstrating just to us today gives us a lot of hope that our strategies in Get Healthy Talladega County, body, mind, and spirit, are trickling down, and you all are building up the next generation of leaders. So Carol, more about the rally that's coming up and how many students will be there. And
yes, we anticipate over 500 to be in attendance, and we're really pushing our middle school because they're going to get to hear Dr. Murphy, which she will be on our show later this morning. But some of the other topics, they're leading the topic on underage drinking, which is what their focus has been on for the last couple of years. But we also have rape crisis, HIV, AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, diabetes, HIV testing, and then the young man that they heard speak when Xavier's mentioned they came to the high school at Sylacauga, Brian Early, will be speaking on his challenge to students about the power of one and how that can make a difference. And they're demonstrating the power of one. You know, it just takes one person to say, no, you don't need to do that. That's not the right choice. And that could make a difference in that person's decisions. They put up on the screen the information about the rally. It is at Shaco, April 28. It's from 9 to 2. And like I said, we'll have 7 different breakout sessions. The students will all attend 2, and then they'll all go to the health fair. We'll have lots of vendors at the health fair giving them health information of all sorts of vendors coming. And then we will also have lunch. So that'll be one of their sessions to go through. Comer came to our rally last year, and we set them up in the health fair to show their videos, and hoping that more people would stop by and talk to them and ask questions, and that didn't happen. There was too much distraction. So that's why we asked them to come back and do their own session so that they will have an impact on more students.
I was there last year. That's one of my first events when I moved to town, and it was so crowded at the final session that I couldn't even get in. And but Carol, are there ways that the community or the network of partners from Get Healthy Talladega County can help with this rally or other efforts that you have going on in our school systems that people who are watching can reach out and help?
Absolutely. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of cooperation with a lot of government agencies on the state level, but our local agencies need to also be aware of what we're doing and come on board with us. They've mentioned the coalition that they have at Comer. We have a Talladega County coalition. SAFE has several entities that we can work with. But I look at it from the city and county government officials, the judicial system, our police and law enforcement agencies, churches, healthcare providers, any organization in this town that touches the lives of children and youth need to be involved. And to me, parents need to be involved in their child's lives and helping them make wise decisions. I actually was at Nichols Lawson yesterday morning talking to their 8th graders about Focus, trying to promote it for them to be able to be a part of it at the high school, at Sylacauga High School. And I had a lot of questions I asked them. Well, my last question was, of all these topics that I've asked you questions about, how did you learn about them? Did you learn it from your parents? 10 out of 140 students raised their hand. Did you learn it from your teachers? 5 raised their hand. Did you learn it from your peers? Every hand in the room went up. So it's important that we empower students at all levels to be able to go and share with their friends the correct news, the right choices, the right information.
Great.
They also said that they got a lot of their information off the internet and TV and movies.
Well, thank you, both of you, great, outstanding student leaders who've come to be part of the show today. We really appreciate it, and I especially appreciate your leadership and all that you're doing in your school. So.